it's the beginning right now, which is a 3-member committee that has been formed. Now, this is again part of procedure, because to even impeach a judge in the country, it's not an easy decision, and there has to be a majority vote that will be done both with regard to the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. Opposition had brought in this, remember, issue about a few days ago. And now in the Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla announcing that a 3-member panel has been set up, and therefore they'll go ahead now. There will be voting on it, there will be discussion on it. So we'll try and see how this goes in the next few days. If there will be any political showdown on this at all, or will this be a completely unanimous decision, whether from the NDA or the India bloc side. So that's the big development this afternoon that's taking place in the Parliament. And you didn't really see as commotion and chaos right there in the Parliament on the Yashwant Varma case, which possibly is a reflection. It's a signalling that almost all parliamentarians could be on the same page on this. So we'll try and get you more reactions from our MPs as and when they walk out of the premises. But right now you're looking at the Yashwant Varma case. It's reached the Parliament as a part of the protocol, the procedure. It needs to have a certain majority by the parliamentarians, and then as the motion has been signed already, the sum of cash that was found, the visuals on your screen on 14th March, he's denied all the charges against it. He said he's nothing to do with it. However, it has definitely led to not just scrutiny on this individual, but specifically the issue of does he need to be impeached? If that happens, if it goes ahead, it would be the first time this has happened. Aishwarya Paliwal joining me for the latest on this. Aishwarya, so it's finally happening, at least the procedure has started, but how do you see this progressing? One, what is the protocol going to be? And do you see that there could be perhaps a unanimous decision on it, that most parliamentarians may support the impeachment?
Well, definitely, that is something which became very, very evident, Pooja, when we did see 145 of the MPs. All that you require were 100 signatures, but above that, 145, 147, those were the MPs who had signed the letter and said that, yes, they want to go ahead with the impeachment of Justice Varma. Similarly, even in the Rajya Sabha, overwhelmingly, we did see the MPs signing and giving that letter there. And also, from what we understand, the opposition also is now understanding that this is something that they really need to do, set a precedent so that this never happens in our country again. In fact, this has never happened before also. So we will see the ball has set rolling. But one of the important things, Pooja, that the Speaker said, Speaker Om Birla very clearly said that the committee needs to submit the report as soon as possible. So that is something which very clearly we will see happening, which means that we could see the committee submitting the report as soon as possible. Within a month or so, we can see it. And there is a high possibility that we could see the impeachment motion coming into effect in the next Parliament session.
Aishwarya, like Aishwarya is mentioning, a notice for the removal of a judge has to be signed by not less than 100 members in the Lok Sabha and 50 in the Rajya Sabha. The number that went in the notice, both from opposition and from the government, from the ministers and the ruling party, already crossed that number. So it does look like that most of the parliamentarians are in support of the removal. Now that it has been accepted by the Speaker of the Lok Sabha, you're mentioning, Aishwarya, that this will only be possibly the next session. So that means, are we looking at the winter session, you mean? Why not this session? Are the days not enough?
But days definitely are not enough, Pooja. Till the 21st, we have monsoon. And then we will see the next session that will begin, because it will be a lengthy report. It is not something which can be done in a jiffy, because a lot of details need to be submitted. And also remember, Justice Varma is also not letting this go. In the Supreme Court, under the petitioner X, already a petition has been filed, and the top eagles of our country, they are the ones who are now fighting with regards to Justice Varma's case. So he's also got the top legals behind him. They're also fighting this case. So he will not be going down very quietly. This is something which is very, very clear. There cannot be any loopholes. That's something that these 3 members will now have to very clearly look at, which is why they will take their time. They will have to make sure that they have a watertight case against Justice Varma. The impeachment, now the ball has got rolling. We will see developments happening, very swift developments, because one line of what the Speaker said, Speaker Om Birla very clearly said that this is a committee which will now look into it. Let me tell you the recommendation that had gone. That recommendation clearly said that Justice Varma, the cash that was found in his house, that should not have been there, and he ideally should have actually stepped down. This is what most of the Supreme Court lawyers also believe, the experts are also saying that the best way to go about it would have been for him to step down, but he's taken it to the court in the Supreme Court. Simultaneously, we are seeing the hearing that is taking place. The top lawyers of our country are fighting on behalf of Justice Varma, not the one to go down quietly, Pooja.